CATEX TV. My name is Frank Fortunato. Today is Tuesday, May 29, 2012. At 9 o'clock this morning local time, there was a 5.8 earthquake about 25 miles northwest of the Italian city of Bologna. 10 people have been killed. This is the same area which was struck by a 6.0 earthquake back in May 20th. The quake was felt as far away as Milan, which saw tall buildings begin to sway and prompted evacuations. The Italian Prime Minister had been in the middle of an emergency cabinet meeting examining how to rush more aid into the May 20th quake area when this quake hit. In Qatar, in the Gulf state of Qatar, in the capital of Doha, serious questions are being raised today after a deadly fire swept through the Villaggio Mall yesterday, killing 19 children who were in a nursery school which was located at the mall. Firefighters could not get into the nursery school area and had to break through the roof. The dead children were from Spain, Japan, South Africa, China, the Philippines, and New Zealand. Some interesting information is coming out from Insurance Insider. They're saying that the dispute at the heart of the potential building of a new high-volume, low-value claims processing service for the Lloyd's market appears to have found a compromise solution now that would see top performers allowed to opt out of using the facility, but less efficient reinsurers and brokers would have to use the facility. Claims handling is a hallmark of many of the brokers and reinsurers and syndicates in Lloyd's, so this has been a very interesting development, so we'll see how this proceeds. A powerful computer virus, apparently 10 or 20 times more powerful than the Stuxnet virus, is sweeping through the Middle East, specifically seemingly targeted at Iran. Preliminary findings indicate that the extreme complexity of this virus, which is called Flame, also appears to be aimed at cyber espionage by stealing information from infected machines and sending it to servers around the world. Apparently, Flame is so complex, it's not designed to hack into bank accounts. Apparently, it is 20 times more sophisticated than Stuxnet, with thousands of lines of code that took a large team, ample funding, and months, if not years, to develop. It's a live program that communicates back to its master. It asks, where should I go? What should I do now? It's almost like a science fiction movie, one computer expert said. Apparently, only the United States, Russia, China, and Israel have the sophistication to build such a virus. 4 former Gen Re executives and 1 former AIG executives are reported to be in talks now to settle the ongoing litigation against them. They've been found guilty once. The verdict was overturned by an appeals court, and the government is determining whether or not they're going to go after them again. The U.S. insurer W.R. Berkley has been given the go-ahead to actually begin to run its syndicate in Lloyd's, Syndicate 1967. They started it there in 2009, had been operating it as a turnkey operation by the specialist Whittington, which is now known as Asta, but now Lloyd's has given Berkley the permission to do their own underwriting. A state of emergency has been declared in the southern region of Peru this morning, in the region of Cusco, as a result of protests by miners. Apparently, the Tenaya copper mine, which is owned by the Swiss-based company Exatra, has seen a gigantic protest of miners that have resulted in 40 arrests. The government has shown no reluctance about implementing martial law in these areas and did so back in December when the Congo gold mine was struck by miner strife. At that time, the Congo mine is owned by the U.S.-based Newmont Mining Company. And Solvency II, believe it or not, seems to be working, even though it's not quite in effect yet. A study by Deloitte indicates that insurers are planning already to reprice their products and reallocate the books of business that they write in order to better comply with the law. According to Deloitte, by adjusting their product mix, insurers are able to optimize the diversification of the different risks in their portfolios. We're also seeing increasing use of reinsurance and hedging mechanisms across the industry to lay off more capital-intensive risks. It's interesting how, despite all the complaints associated with Solvency II, people are actually beginning to comply with it, even though it's not in effect. That's the news for today. If we have any breaking news, we'll come back and tell you. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.